It feels a little bit sketchy out there within the crypto markets where both the bulls and bears are getting a little bit scared. Bears are afraid that price will continue to run towards the upside, and the bulls are scared that we're starting to set in a local top. One thing's for sure, that's ETH BTC has broken some key structure, and on today's show we're going to assess what that means for the rest of the altcoin crypto market cap, and we're going to have a look at some potential trade setups, which if you look over here you can see that ETH BTC has finally reclaimed that very key level, that being the 0.0557 level. So we're going to be discussing on today's show what are some of the top potential plays should the rest of the crypto market hold up in terms of Bitcoin not rolling over and turning back down, and where are the trade opportunities, because ETH has already played out the majority of the move ever since we were calling for the first long down here. It's up 36.44%, and it only has a little bit more to go until it plays out the full $3,300 move, which was the intended target. So vote below in the description. I would love to know your thoughts under the comment section. The ETH BTC break of trend is a fake out or a confirmed breakout. What do you guys think? Is this a fake out? Yet another fake out. We had the fake out over here looking like a big bull trap, came back down and ultimately is now reclaimed, starting to show again another break of structure and attempt towards the upside, breaking that long-term downtrend. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Vote on the poll, smash the like button, hit the bell notification and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the show. If you look at the banter bubbles over here, we can get a general overview of what's happening on the daily time frame. A lot of the coins did start to pull back, and this is why I say both bulls and bears are scared. It's half and half. Some coins pumping as much as 17.5% on the day, 15.4% on Filecoin, and then so the file storage we've also up. Casper, of course, one of the calls that we've given, one of the biggest trades that I'm currently in, that one's up substantially. If you look over here, I'm up 104% on that trade for $56,000 profit. So all in all, that's looking good. On the hourly over here, you can see also again the continued strength. WorldCoin towards the upside. Casper, one of the first out the blocks, and Arweave going for another move. Filecoin also featuring over there is one of the green coins to look at. So a whole lot to look at on today's show. I'm very focused on what's going on with Bitcoin at this key significant level. You can see the way that it's wrestling with this zone, and currently as it stands, the bulls are holding the strength, right? They have the momentum over here. And we would expect, based on what the previous week's green candle looks like, continuation. Now, I want to remind you, this is the same stance that I took in the week before that. When we were looking at last week's candle, I said, well, the previous week's candle was strong, bullish, and suggested we would get continuation. Now, this candle is suggesting exactly the same thing. And remember that this candle only started to run towards the end of the week. It was kind of consolidating and just holding at one significant level. Will it be the same over here? Will we continue to chop around this region and later on in the week expand towards the upside? Well, only time will tell. But looking at the levels and playing at level to level, as long as bulls can defend this line at $51,850, again, $51,850, that is significant for the bulls, and they hold the edge, and your next intended target is going to be pushing up towards that $60,000 mark. So keep an eye out on that level. If Bitcoin does that, if ETH BTC truly has confirmed a real breakout and is going to start to move quickly towards the upside, well, in that instance, everything will pump, right? As Pixel says over here, everything will pump. So he says here, just sectors likely take turns being the meta for the week or the higher beta play. Don't buy the top of each meta and sell it at the bottom for the top of the next. Find solid plays and then just hold on to those for mid or long term. So basically establish your portfolio sooner rather than later. It was weeks ago that I told you, you probably want to have all of your positions solidified over the next next 8 to 12 weeks. And he says over here, or you can buy the bottom of sectors that you know will get bids in the near future. And this really is the way the market works. I remember from the prior cycles, you sit there and you just watch God candle after God candle on each respective chart. It's just a matter of time, and you literally just have to sit patiently in a diversified portfolio, and just a matter of time before each one starts to pop towards the upside. Now, we haven't even got the majority of the retail traders coming back into the market because you can see over here, if you look at the views in relation, and this is Wikipedia searches, you can also look at the Google Trends, those are still very, very low. Ultimately, you can see over here, no real spikes like we saw in the major previous cycle tops. If you look at this year and the way things have gone, it's been pretty flat, right? Recently, we've started to climb ever so slightly, but for the most part, this is not what you would expect. You expect much more significant spikes in the search volume around crypto and Bitcoin in general. So what that means is, again, you still have a little bit of time to establish those longer term positions. We'll go over on today's show some of those coins. If you want those coins, guys, smash the like button. Let's get it to 1,000 likes. I'll give you the trade setups that I'm looking at. I'll also take your altcoin requests, so make sure that you smash the like button. And then let's continue on over here. Currently, we're at 63 on the Is It Altcoin Season Index. Now, typically you want this to get to 75, suggesting that the majority of altcoins have been outperforming Bitcoin, and then you move into that full-blown altcoin season. Now, your very first sign or signal to look at is, of course, going to be what's happening with ETH BTC. And the reason is very, very simple, right? We know the way that money flows from Bitcoin into ETH, into large caps, mid caps, and then the lower caps. And then you get the full-blown cycle where everything starts to rally. So first and foremost, we are seeing huge moves on Ethereum USD. Secondly, we are starting to see that ETH BTC is reclaiming key levels, and that will show you that slowly but surely this will trickle through into the rest of the coins. Now, it works similar in the stock market, right? Remember how they spoke of the big seven, right? The big seven in the S&P 500, the top 7 stocks was the only reason the S&P 500 index was moving towards new highs. Then suddenly it became the top 15, then the top 20, then the top 25, 35, 45, 50. And before we knew it, every single stock within the S&P 500 was moving towards the upside, slowly but surely making all-time highs. And it's the same thing over here. Think of it like that index, how they refer to the big 7. You have 63 currently outperforming Bitcoin, and this will start to move slowly but surely towards the upside. And that's where your big major movers are going to be. If you look over here at Total 3 as well, we're seeing strong continuation over here. Look at the demand that's come into these recent candles. Definitely you can see a shaky market. People are fearful. They're worried. The bulls that have been in the market for quite some time are worried that price will roll over. And bears are obviously worried that price will rally towards the upside, and consequently you get these choppy wick environments. Now, we'll need to see some key levels taken out. But if you do look over here on Total 3 on the higher time frame, you can see this is essentially the picture, right? When you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, as they say, you can see we've already started to confirm the breakout, breaking above the range highs over here at 493 billion with not just three candle, or not just one candle. We had the first weekly candle close outside, the second weekly candle, but now we have 3, the third weekly candle opening above this level, and that suggests trend continuation. Now, in order for Total 3 to catch up to where Bitcoin is, you can see this level on the left-hand side, right? This was your relief rally, which led to relating to what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin went to $48,000 at the same time and then rolled over into the bear market. Now, Bitcoin has already completely reclaimed that level. And if we go to Ethereum and you look at, well, where is Ethereum, the chart on the right-hand side, you can see Ethereum is also still lagging that level. Bitcoin is already above these zones, right? So for Ethereum to get to that same level, it's got about another 21% to go. If we go to Total 3, which is the rest of the altcoins, so excluding Bitcoin, excluding ETH, you can see how much it's lagging by 50%. So you'll start to see some enormous, monumental moves should Bitcoin continue to consolidate within its current range levels that it's at. I'll cover those range levels in a moment. And should the ETH BTC ratio pick on up towards the upside. So I'm trying to equip you guys to think ahead of time so that you don't have to scramble and spin your wheels in the moment. You can already understand what you're looking out for in the weeks and the months to come. And it's this. I did cover it on yesterday's show, but now we have the confirmation of what ETH BTC has just done, and therefore it becomes ever more relevant. So if you are new here, smash the like button. Also, if you're old here, smash the like button as well to get the show content out there. You may have not seen this if you're new. If you're old, you've probably seen this. If you've been in the markets for a while, you know that the money tends to flow within this region, right? You go Bitcoin first, completely outperforms the whole market. Then there starts to form a slight overlap. The slight overlap is that ETH BTC will start to pick on up, and then ETH will completely outperform Bitcoin, where Bitcoin just seems flat and boring and nothing is going on Bitcoin. It seems to be moving so slow, and consequently that overflows into the large caps and then the mid caps, and then you have full-blown alt season, at which point you see the majority of these coins outperforming Bitcoin, and this scale is probably sitting somewhere around that 80 to 90 mark, which many people will call overheated, but that's really just the start of that altcoin season. So we very, very early. I know that some of you may have thought that altcoins have completely run their course and run away from you, but the reality is they haven't. Now, the reason this is important to focus on is because the time to plan is now. The time to plan is right now. The time to source out the top quality projects, the things that you want to buy and hold and add into your portfolio for the very, very long term needs to be established as soon as possible. If you haven't already done that, you need to do that. Now, the most money that you're going to make is, of course, by going into lower cap coins and ultimately reducing the risk as much as possible. Now, the way that you need to reduce that risk is you need to have done your own homework, your own due diligence. You have to have done all of your own research, and you need to totally understand the projects. The real money is made in the VC investing, in the IDOs. Now, most of you can't go past this sector over here, right? So in the sense that you have going from market cap size, you have Bitcoin, then you have a smaller market cap in ETH, a smaller market cap in large caps, and then you go into the mid caps and the small caps, and you can technically buy a few micro caps, but it goes one level deeper, and the deeper level below that is going to be VC coins, right? Coins that mostly only VCs can get into, also known as IDOs, previously known as ICOs. And you can get into launch pads like 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓 as an example. That would be one example. Stake the tokens like Paid Network. You can get into that, stake the tokens. Now, there is one other opportunity. There is one other opportunity for you guys. And I'm going to bring up this tweet over here. They're raising 2.4 or airdropping at least $2.4 million worth of their tokens, which is going to be coming up. It is Commonwealth. Have a look at this video over here. This will give you an opportunity to get into these coins at the VC level, which most retail traders will never, ever get the opportunity on. Okay, so that is it. It's Commonwealth. Follow them on X if you do want to get in. Follow them on Twitter X. Here it is, Commonwealth. Just take note for the handle. It's join Commonwealth with a WLTH. I will share this as well. I'll retweet it. So just go through to my Twitter and you'll find it retweeted over there. Now, this is something that I actually believe in. They are a sponsor of the show. I was pleased to get them as a sponsor. I was asking them for a long period of time because they actually give you, as the average viewer or user within crypto, the opportunity to make those life-changing gains, right? So you can expect that this 2.4 million at the very least will be at least 10x what it's currently worth in terms of the wealth tokens. This is one opportunity which will get you into early tokens that VCs would get into, which are well vetted. I know the team personally, by the way. They're well vetted and you can go and check them out. They're launching tomorrow, so make sure you put the notifications on the tweet so you can participate as soon as that comes. It's first come, first serve. All right. Bitcoin over here on the left-hand side, ETH on the right-hand side. Volatility is still expanding towards the upside. If price does pull back from here, it's probably going to be a buying opportunity. As I've shown you before on the BBWP, the pullback will lead to a recontraction in price, meaning that the BBWP will pull back and recontract, allowing for bulls to regather themselves, bears that have been left behind to re-enter into the market, and consequently you start to establish those key levels of support, right? For Bitcoin, you can see that key level of support on a line chart is going to be coming in around that $43,000, $44,000 level. On Ethereum, your key level of support is currently going to be coming in just below that $2,500 level. So something to pay attention to. But right now, price is still in that expansive mode, and it's just a question of, is this the real expansive candle that we're going to be getting, where we have straight continuation towards the upside? Now, Bitcoin on the monthly time frame has already had 6 months of straight upward price action, so it is significant. It is a lot. What you want to do is you want to look for stalling out or weakness in that strength on the monthly time frame. So if you see smaller and smaller monthly candles print each month that passes, you know the move is starting to stall out. That is not yet the case, and it's onwards continuation. Okay, chart prime momentum oscillator below, still showing upward momentum. All in all, that does look good. You know the next levels of interest, the next levels of resistance. The 5-day chart over here also holding those moving averages. You got the short-term moving average above the medium, above the long. Price is technically still capped above that. You are slowly but surely starting to consolidate over here, and bulls will need to send price very, very quickly. If they consolidate over here, this will start to look like a bull flag, and the consolidation likely leads to those altcoins to rallying, which is why we see ETH BTC reclaiming some of those very key significant levels. Now, you can say that if you look at Coinbase, they're also now, as 𝗗𝗢𝗓𝗓 says, arguably the most important chart which Coinbase shareholders can look at, and that is the percentage of net revenue, which is coming from transaction fees, right? Previously, it was the majority was transaction fees, and right now it's going into subscription and service revenue. When you move on to what's going on Coinbase here, we got the big move. It's been one of the leading indicators that we've used for crypto, and you can see price is still holding up at those key levels. It's going to be significant to see how Coinbase closes on the weekly. If this closes as a full-bodied green candle above the previous swing top over there, expect strong continuation higher, which would be your front run signal that suggests that the rest of the altcoin market is probably going to do the same thing. Now, looking at the stock markets over here, also a little bit of a pause and consolidation phase for the stock market. We'll need to monitor this over the coming weeks. The best thing that we could see is a consolidation within this region, as opposed to a strong pullback or continuation higher. A strong consolidation sideways over here would suggest that the stock market is going to pause within this region, and ultimately the rest of the markets will rally, right? That being crypto and altcoins. If this pulls back very aggressively from here and comes all the way down to 4,475, which is going to be your golden pocket, that's going to be pretty bad for the rest of the crypto market. So keep a close eye out on that. Okay, in terms of the trades over here, now I'll say this pretty boldly. Things are getting quite overheated in the sense of leverage, and it might be an opportunity for you to at least consider taking some profits off the table. We've been well on our way into major profits with the majority of the trades that we've given. If you are somebody that's happy with your positions, consider taking some profits and reallocating on the next major pullback, right? So just pay attention to that. Very, very important. The funding rates over here are not completely overcooked. So according to this data over here, it's pretty similar to what we previously saw yesterday. You can see the last time was in January, where we set in the local top of $49,000. The funding got to 0.0478, and currently we're at 0.0121. Okay, if you look over here at the cumulative liquidation delta, a lot of market participants did flip short over here. If prices do start to grind up, I'll give you the low time frame levels that you want to focus on. That's probably going to squeeze these guys out, and then you get that next push towards the upside. So all in all, that's looking good. Let's quickly see what's happening over here with the stable coins, with the open interest, okay, and the spot. All right, price pretty much flat. We have spot flat. We have leverage currently starting to come towards the downside, going short. We have open interest opening towards the upside, whilst leverage is going down, meaning that it's in agreement with high block capital, right? A lot of people are starting to open shorts within this region. Consequently, what does that mean? Watch what happens with spot. If spot starts to come down, probably then the market's going to roll over. If spot starts to pick up based on whatever happens with the ETF inflows today, remember yesterday was a public holiday in the US, so the markets were closed. If the inflows were positive, then you would expect spot is going to continue towards the upside, because those ETF institutions are buying the spot Bitcoin. Then these guys are going to get squeezed, right? That means leverage is going to get squeezed. So basically, you want to follow spot. Watch what's happening with spot later on today. Okay, no notable changes over here in terms of the orders opening up on Bitcoin. I don't really see anything of noteworthy or interest over there. We have the Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame is still in a little bit of a rejection zone, pulling back. Your next level of support's at 51.78. This doesn't change the high time frame, right? The high time frame on the weekly over here looks like this. And ultimately, you would probably just treat this as a consolidation between 55 and 50%, with the ultimate target coming up to 60% on the Bitcoin dominance. So watch that carefully. Bitcoin on Renko is up. ETH on Renko is also up. Casper on Renko is up, and Solana on Renko is up with a breakout level of 120. If it can start to get above 120, you're going to start to see a big breakout on Solana. So all in all, that is looking good. Let's see, Fear and Greed still at a 67 over there. You have the RSI still within the bullish control zone, consolidating at those higher levels. And then you have currently, if price does roll over from here, your pullback level for Bitcoin, the same as yesterday, 44,500. Why? Well, because price is at exactly the same level. Okay. Let's look over here at the daily time frame with all the relevant pivot levels. We currently caught right at that exact pivot level as it currently stands. So as long as price holds up above 51,734, the RSI will continue to trend within that bullish control zone, and you'll be looking at higher prices, right? You can see all your moving averages are holding up as support. Your easy invalidation, if you want to get out quick, is going to be the 200 EMA on your hourly chart, which is currently situated at the purple line. That also lines up with the 9 exponential moving average on the daily, which is a very, very easy invalidation. It's also the previous wick low that occurred on the 17th of February. You want to see price hold above that level. If it does start to lose this level, then you might be rolling over, right? Otherwise, you expect that this is kind of your consolidation zone. Price will consolidate and then likely lead to the next breakout. And the next breakout target, the first and earliest one, is up here at the 786 fib retracement at $57,423. That is your level. We're going to get onto altcoins in a moment. Smash the like button, guys. If you want the altcoin trades, smash the like button. We almost there. Okay, Bitcoin, your stops are over here. Also exactly in alignment with what I just gave you, just below that wick that occurred on the 17th of February. That is your invalidation on longs. What about for Ethereum? Ethereum, your invalidation on longs is going to be below the previous high low, which currently is the same as yesterday, $2,697. Okay, let's look at some of the altcoins. I want to get into altcoins because if ETH does start to outperform Bitcoin and it is a real breakout, what you would then expect is the ETH beta plays. Let's just refresh that. You would expect the ETH beta plays to outperform the rest of the market. So we're going to have a look at some of those ETH beta plays. I have them over here. Okay, let's take a look. So starting off with ETH, I'm just going to run through the list over here. Please let me know as well in the comment section if there are other coins that you want. Please start dropping those coins below. James will tally everything up, and then I'll take a couple of those requests as soon as I finish with this list over here. Also, while we wait for that to load, just remember as well, Bybit are currently running a trading competition. If you do want to join, click on the link in the description below. You're welcome to join. It is listed over there. You can win up to $10,000. There you go, $10,000 in the bonus pool. It is the Bybit Trend Challenge. So what it means is you have to trade the coins that are currently trending. If there's something hot and happening, for example, let's say Filecoin and 𝗲𝗡 are pumping at the moment, they have the most jump in open interest, then those are the coins that you trade and you can win up to $10,000. Also, before we go through the rest of the coins, everything is below if you want to get Commonwealth's X account or Twitter account. Everything is over there. Their website's there. Join the chat with them. Remember, tomorrow is where they're going to start with the announcement for the airdrop. So if you want to participate, first come, first serve. You want a slice of that pie, you're going to have to be very, very quick on that. All right, let's continue on over here. Let's get into some of these coins. So ETH beta plays. We're looking at some of the layer 2s. Arbitrum, this is the clear level. Last time we did this, we said the buying opportunity was in between these two lines, between $1.50 and $1.73. That is currently still the level that remains as support. I would say that probably you can tighten that up, and 175 is the level that you want to see Arbitrum hold. Looking for something like that. If there is a bit of a pullback and you can get your bids in at about 175, that's going to be a pretty good zone for Arbitrum. Okay, Optimism, similar to Arbitrum in the sense that it's consolidating within a key level. I want to see Optimism hold up above $3.13. So within your yellow box over here, consolidation, and later that will lead into continuation. Your chances now to start to establish those positions before a lot of these coins start to rally. METIS. Okay, METIS already had a big move and is consolidating currently. Your next target towards the upside is going to be $164. That is your range high as well as your 1.618 fib extension. So pretty key level. Let's also quickly look at the poll results over here. Everybody vote before I bring it up. Let's just see if you can get a couple more votes in. The ETH BTC break of trend is a fake out or a confirmed breakout. Vote which one you think it is. Okay, let's look over here at the next one. Mantle. Okay, Mantle I wouldn't buy yet because it's currently pushing into the range high. I would honestly rather just wait for it to reclaim. Otherwise, you do have a supporting trend line which is currently coming into play over here. We'll make that bigger for you. There you go. If it does come back towards 63, that's going to be another chance to get in. Otherwise, personally, I would wait on that one. Okay, Lido. Lido also pushing up against resistance right now. Wait for the reclaim. Otherwise, the throw back to the trend line. We have here Rocket Pool. Rocket Pool, not too bad. Remember, if ETH rallies and outperforms Bitcoin, these are the coins that you expect would outperform as well because they are the ETH beta plays. Some of them are liquid staking. Some of them are layer 2 solutions. Some of them are staking solutions. So this is the reason why we're looking at these, just to be clear. Okay, range low on Rocket Pool is coming in at $25. If you can pick some up over there, that's probably going to be one that's going to outperform. All right, what else? What else do we have? We have FXS. Okay, nothing zone. I wouldn't really look at it. 1164 is going to be resistance. Otherwise, wait for a stronger pullback. Rocket Pool look better. SSV holding the supporting trend over here, currently pushing towards the range high. Same thing, I'd rather just wait. There are better ones. Pendle, let's look at Pendle. Pendle looks like it's probably going to put in a major top over here, and I think pull back pretty aggressively. If you are somebody that played Pendle from the lows, this could be a profit-taking opportunity for you. I think that Pendle will pull back. Okay, let's continue. GMX. Let's get the poll results up over here. So here's the results. I am looking at your comments. I see you guys want BNB, 𝗖𝗢𝗎𝗓𝗧, 𝗓𝗢𝗡𝗧, 𝗥𝗢𝗢𝗓𝗧. I'm looking at your comments over here. Smash it into the comments, whatever you want charted. And here are the results. Okay, 69% of you believe the breakout is real, and the other 31% believe it's a fake out. Okay, only time will tell. Only time will tell. But the nice thing, quickly going back to ETH, the ETH BTC chart, the nice thing over here is that you have a very clear level of invalidation, right? Whereas with this one over here, if you were to have placed your stops underneath the ETH BTC low and you waited for the break of trend, well, you'd be entering over here with your stop here, which is ludicrous, right? Price then came down, looks to be creating the next higher low. You've broken above the previous lower high. So there you have it. You broke above that now. So now you have a much closer invalidation. That would be the invalidation. You could even say the invalidation could be underneath that 0.055 level. So keep an eye out on that. Watch the ETH BTC chart. It will give you a big indication on what comes next. Okay, GMX just consolidating. GNS pushing into the mid-range over here. All in all, looking like a bit of a reaccumulation. Okay, James, just somebody gave a super chat. I never see these super chat things for DEVVE. Just bookmark that. I'll bring it up in a bit. Dev, DEVVE. Okay, Radiant also just slowly but surely trickling on towards the upside, looking to reclaim that mid-range level. Let's go on to Magic. Okay, Magic, we were in a long on this. I would raise the stop loss now on Magic. We entered over here at $1.02. Stops can go into break even or even into the profit zone. Pretty much you can invalidate on the longs now at about $1.15. Looking for Magic to push up towards $2.14. And then if it can get above that level, higher prices should come after that. Okay, ENS we know is one of the big movers just a couple of days ago or weeks ago. Ultimately, what I wanted to show you over here on ENS is it's holding this high time frame range, right? So if you look at this, this has been a clear long-term range has been holding. If it does reject and come down one more time towards 16, that can be an accumulation zone where you should get an opportunity to get in again. If you look over here at Pepe came into the range low. We said watch that level as an accumulation zone to get back into the market. The alternative is if you do see a sweep below and it holds, that's going to be another long opportunity. Okay, Matic. Okay, Matic's been moving nicely. It's reclaimed the mid-range. Your next target for Matic is going to be $1.29. I think Matic will continue to float on up towards the upside over there. So all in all, that is looking good. Curve, very quickly, I'm just going to finish with the last ones. Curve has already deviated the bottom of the range, which is what you want to see. Therefore, stops go below. And ultimately, you're looking to trade this up towards mid-range and thereafter towards range high at $1. Okay, understand with these coins, the ETH beta plays, you want to move into them slowly but surely. These are not leverage trades for today. You kind of want to scale into them little by little because ultimately they're still in those accumulation phases, right? Look at Compound. Same thing. Remember what Chainlink did. When you look at Chainlink, looks similar, right? Chainlink did this for a very, very long time. It was very frustrating. Then it broke out. It got above that $10 mark. So the bottom over here was 5. It got above the $10 mark. And then it just ripped straight to $20. And you can expect that a lot of these coins could do something similar. So this is for cash that instead of holding a cash position because you want to buy the dip at a later stage, look for some of these coins that seemingly have bottomed out. Compound would have done it within this region over here. And then you can kind of just sit on your hands over there. Curve pretty much has already done it at this current region over here. So comparing to Compound, I think Curve is in a similar place to where Compound was, where I just circled. Look at Aave. Same thing, Aave, right? long-term reaccumulation phase over here. If it does start to break above the 114 zone, that's where you see a lot of these ETH beta plays rallying towards the upside. Okay, let's go into your altcoin requests. I'm going to actually take those charts now. So one chart that I have, or one coin that I have taken a trade on yesterday was Filecoin. Filecoin is up quite significantly over here, but the levels that I'd be looking for, if you're also long on Filecoin, you're going to be looking at the previous tops over here. So $9.49 is one opportunity. The next opportunity is $11.32. And if it can break and hold above that, Filecoin's probably going to put in one of those real guard candles, and it could literally go as high as that 28, which was pretty much near the previous all-time high. So that's one of them. Also, guys, Prime XBT, if you do want to check them out, they trade crypto, forex, commodities, the whole bank shoot. There is a link in the description below as well. All right, let's go on to some of those requests. So DEVVE, let's see, where's this? DEVVE. Okay, I'm assuming it's this one over here. And you say that this was something that Rand mentioned. Okay, let's see. Something that Rand mentioned on stream. Okay, not that much history, but I'll go on to a lower time frame. I mean, that's crazy. I'm already on the 4-hour time frame, and there's like nothing there. Okay, that's not going to be a good look. Let's go on to CoinGecko. When did this thing list? All right, there's two. Which one is it? DEVVE. They both have the exact same tickers. Okay, I'm going to go for this one. What's the price on this one? All right, 164. Very, very quickly, all I can do is look at it over here on the high time frame. I mean, it literally just launched. There's really not that much I can say about it. Fully diluted valuation, 33 million, super low cap. What can I say? It's probably going to do what the rest of the market does, so possibly continuation higher. Okay, very quickly, let's look at Casper, because one of the more important trades that we're in, one thing I'm focusing on over here, similar to what I said to you with Bitcoin, I'm looking at the moves over here in the sense that let's just grab one of these tools, the price range over here. I'm looking at this level over here. I want to see each candle. That was a 41.43% move, right? So I want to gauge what happens each and every week. This move from bottom to top was 25%. Now I'm looking, is this week going to be less than that? If this week closes out less than 25%, currently it's at 16%, then I can see that possibly Casper is going to start to lose a bit of momentum as it moves into the 1.618 fib extension level. That would be a profit-taking opportunity coming into that zone. So watch that very, very carefully. It's important to look at. And then let's quickly go back over here. All right. Let's go. What else? Let's go to 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧. All right. Okay, daily time frame. How's 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧 looking? Okay, big move over there on 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧. We did identify that near the bottom of the range low over here, after breaking out of the falling wedge formation, you're looking for a big move up. I mean, it's pretty much met the intended target at 16 over here. I would be looking for profit taking coming off of that $16.70 level. And if it pulls back into the mid range, which is going to be around that $12 level, that's probably where you can reaccumulate on something like 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧. Filecoin I already gave you, but I'm going to very quickly bring up Filecoin since it is a hot topic right now. All right, Filecoin, let's see. How's Filecoin looking? There it is, breaking out of the downsloping trend line over here, reclaiming the key level at $6.80. Really, you can start to invalidate under that $6.80 level. And then your next resistance, $9.16. And thereafter, you can move all the way up towards 17. So it's actually got a lot more price history than the last chart I looked at on Prime XBT over here. That would be the 17 level that I showed as the underside resistance. And then after that, let's see what happens. But guys, that's it from me. I'm going to cut it over here. I got to go on to a meeting. Love you all madly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now.